Hello friends, today let us learn 8th standard chapter 4 understanding quadrilaterals. Introduction. So what do you mean by understanding quadrilaterals? Understanding means that is nothing but to know, and quadrilaterals is a four-sided closed figure is called a quadrilateral. Next point is plane surface. A two-dimensional figure is called as a plane surface, and a plane surface can be extended. I'll draw a four-sided plane. This can be extended on four sides unlimitedly. So the plane can be extended unlimitedly on four sides, and this is called a plane surface. And you can see the blackboard, it's a just part of a plane surface, so we cannot see the plane at once. So now plane now ಒಂದೇ ಸರಿ ನೋಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, just you can see a part of a plane. So blackboard is a just a part of a plane. Next is plane curve is nothing but a curve on the plane is called a plane curve. This is called a plane curve. Simple curve. A simple curve is a curve on the plane. So straight line on the curve ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ simple curve ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Or the line which is have a curve is called as a simple curve. So this is called a simple curve. Next is a simple curve that is not closed. This is called a simple curve and this is not closed. We call it as an unclosed curve. Simple closed curve. A simple closed curve is nothing but a curve with a closed figure is called a simple closed curve. So now ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಎಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ it is called a simple closed curve. Maybe a circle, a rectangle or a triangle is called a simple closed curve. A closed curve that is not simple. So ಕೆಲವೊಂದು curves ಇರುತ್ತೆ, closed curves that are not simple is nothing but, so here I'll draw a closed curve, but this curve is not simple. It's a closed figure but it is not so simple. A closed curve that is not simple, not a simple curve. So not a simple curve but a simple curve is a circle or a arc is called a simple curve. And not a simple curve means if you draw a curves which is not simple is called a not simple curve. So polygons. Polygon is nothing but a simple closed curve made up of only line segment is called a polygon. See polygons brainilla, it should be a simple closed curve and only it should be made up of only a line segment is called a polygon. So simple closed ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು figure and it should be made up of only lines, line segment ಇಂದ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಾಡಿರಬೇಕು, ಆದರೆ ನಾವು polygons ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Here I have drawn a three-sided polygon. This is called a three-sided polygon. We can draw four-sided polygon and five-sided polygon. Here I can draw as many as number of sides as polygon. So all the figures which is closed and just made up of number of line segment is called polygons. So this is a closed polygon and this is a closed polygon. This is a eight-sided closed figure and it is called a polygon. And this side it is not closed and it is not simple. So ಇದು ಒಂದು ಮೇಲೊಂದು overlap ಆಗಿದೆ ಲೈನ್, that's why will not called as a polygon. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು polygons ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯಲ್ಲ. Next here, so it is a closed figure but the line overlapping each other. So ಒಂದು ಮೇಲೊಂದು lines ಹೋಗಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ simple closed curve ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯಲ್ಲ. Last diagram. So this is simple curve but it is not closed, therefore we will not call this as a polygon. So here these three now figures are called as a curves that are polygons and these three figures that are not polygons. Let us see the table and understand about polygons. Here I am taking number of sides or vertices and the name what do we call for number of sides and a simple figure. So ನಾವು ಮೂರು three-sided figure ಅಥವಾ three vertices ಇರೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು triangle ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Here we will not call a single line. ಒಂದು ಲೈನ್ ಇಂದ ನಾವು ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು we will not call as a polygon ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. ಯಾಕೆ? Because it is not closed figure and it is not called as a polygon. And again I cannot say that two line curve is not a polygon. So two line segment ಇದೆ but it is not closed, that means it is not called as polygon. ಇದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು polygon ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯಲ್ಲ. For a polygon we need a minimum of three lines to call it as a simple closed curve. Therefore that is why we start with number 3, that is three sides or three vertices. So three edges are called vertices. So these edges are called vertices. It should be minimum of three vertices to form a polygon. Here we call it with a different name. So polygon ಗೆ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So three-sided figure ಗೆ ನಾವು triangle ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. For three-sided figure, three-sided polygon, we call it as a triangle. Here we have a simple figure, that is triangle, and we call it as a polygon. So a polygon with four sides, we call it as a quadrilateral. A four-sided closed polygon is called as a quadrilateral. So ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಫಿಗರ್ ನಾಲ್ಕು ಸೈಡ್ ಇಂದ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಪಾಲಿಗನ್ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ, we call it as a quadrilateral. So here I draw a quadrilateral. Number of sides or vertices is 5. The number of sides or the vertices is 5. We will call it as a pentagon. ಅಂದ್ರೆ 5 sides ಇಂದ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಒಂದು ಫಿಗರ್, we will call it as a pentagon. So here the figure is closed with 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Therefore we will call it as a pentagon. And if the side is closed with a 6 lines or 6 line segment, we will call it as hexagon. If the figure is closed with a simple curve of 7 line segment, we call it as a heptagon. 7-sided closed figure we call it as a heptagon. By the same way, if the number of sides is 8 and number of vertices is 8, we will call it as a octagon. A polygon with an 8 number of sides we call it as a octagon. A figure which is closed by 9 sides. So a figure which is closed by 9 sides or 9 vertices we call it as a nanogon. And a figure is closed by 10 lines or 10 line segments or having 10 vertices, we will call it as a decagon. By the same way, if the number of sides, we call it as a n-gon. Diagonals. A diagonal is a line segment connecting two non-consecutive vertices of a polygon. So diagonal is a line segment which connects two non-consecutive vertices of a polygon is called diagonals. So diagonals andre nodile. Here we got a diagram of P, Q, R and S. We got 4 points or 4 vertices P, Q, R, S. From P to Q we call it as a consecutive points. Andre idu continuous point. From P to Q we call it as a consecutive vertices. So P in the Q ಗೆ ನಾವು ಲೈನ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ because it is a continuous or consecutive points ಅಂತೀವಿ. And again from P to S also we cannot draw a diagonal. It is called as consecutive points. So therefore we can draw from P to R. From P to R is called as a diagonal because these 2 points are non-consecutive vertices. Here P and R are non-consecutive vertices. These two are non-consecutive vertices. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೊಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. So P, Q, R. So P in the Q ಬಂದಿದೆ ಲೈನು, P in the S ಬಂದಿದೆ. So P in the R ಲೈನ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. So here this is called as non-consecutive points ಅಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು. And the line which is drawn to the non-consecutive points is called as diagonals. And again from S also. S ಇಂದ ನಾವು S to P ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, diagonal already line draw ಆಗಿದೆ. So S ಇಂದ R diagonal ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, line draw ಆಗಿದೆ. The remaining is I can draw a diagonal line from S to Q. This is called a diagonal line of non-consecutive vertices. Two non-consecutive vertices. Here I can say the diagonals. The diagonals are P, R. These two lines P and R is a line. That is a diagonal line, and S, Q is a diagonal line. And here S, Q also is a diagonal line. And you cannot say P, R and R, P are two separate lines. They both are same single lines. So ಎರಡು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದೇ. P, R ಬರೆದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಅದು R, P ಬರೆದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದೇ ಲೈನ್ ಇದು. ನೀವು ಎರಡು ಲೈನ್ ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. So this is a single one line. You can write P, R or R, P. A second diagram is here. It's a 5-sided figure. We call it as a pentagon. And from A to B, I cannot draw a diagonal. So I will draw from A to C. It's a non-consecutive vertices. And again, from A to D, I can draw a diagonal which is non-consecutive vertices. So I can draw two lines, A to C and A to D. And from B ಇಂದ ನಾವು A draw ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, B ಇಂದ C draw ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. Therefore, I can draw from B to E and B to D. I can draw two diagonals which are non-consecutive vertices of a polygon. And from C to A draw ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ because we already drawn a diagonal AC. AC ನ already draw ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. So again you can't draw CA. So AC ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು CA ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. It's a one single line. AC or CA ಎರಡು ಒಂದೇ. Therefore I draw one more diagonal A to E. So I draw a diagonal one more CE. Next diagram is In a diagram KLMN, it's a four-sided polygon, and here I cannot draw from L to M. L in the M draw madakagala, adu L in the K draw madakagala diagonals which should be drawn only of two non-consecutive vertices. So here I can draw a diagonal from M to K. So M in the K on the diagonal line draw ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, and this line is called as diagonal line. And also we can draw a diagonal line from L to N. So L in the N ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು line diagonal line draw ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, and this line is exterior diagonal because it is not inside the figure, it is outside the figure. That is why we call it as a exterior diagonal. So by the same way we can draw a exterior diagonal also. The line LN is the exterior diagonal of two non-consecutive vertices. So next is concave and convex polygon. So concave and convex polygon, let us see with some examples. Here we can see it's a four-sided figure. The word cave is a thing but which is having an entry through it. So ನಾವು cave ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗುಹೆ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ ಗುಹೆ ಒಳಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ದಾರಿ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, this is called a cave. So ಇಂಥ diagrams ನಾವು concave ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So concave quadrilateral, so concave polygon ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. In this diagram we can see the cave, so which let us inside. So ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದರ ಒಂದು cave ತರ ನೋಡಬಹುದು. Therefore we will call it this diagram as concave figure. And not only like this, if one of the interior angle is more than 180 degree, we will call it as a concave polygon. So ಒಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಆಂಗಲ್ 180 ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ನಾವು will call it as concave polygon ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. And let us see some more examples. Here again I can see the entrance of a cave, therefore we will call it as a concave polygon. And the interior also, the angle is more than 180 degree, therefore we will call it as concave polygon. Here the same way we can see the entrance and the interior angle is more than 180 degree, so we call it as concave. And in the same figure you can see here the entrance into the cave and the angle, and one angle interior is more than 180 degree, therefore this is called as a concave polygon. So these are all called as concave polygons. And convex polygon, what is convex? Convex is nothing but the opposite of concave. So there is a cave inside to go. Here convex means you will not find any cave go it through, ನಾವು ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ದಾರಿ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಫಿಗರ್ ನಾವು ಕಾನ್ವೆಕ್ಸ್ ಪಾಲಿಗನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So here I cannot find any way to go inside the cave, that means it is a convex polygon. So ನಾವು ಇಂಥ ಫಿಗರ್ ನಾವು ಕಾನ್ವೆಕ್ಸ್ ಪಾಲಿಗನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. And all the angles, interior angles will be less than 180 degree. So ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ವೆಕ್ಸ್ ಪಾಲಿಗನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 180 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಗಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇಂಟೀರಿಯರ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ 180 ಗಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಕಾನ್ವೆಕ್ಸ್ ಪಾಲಿಗನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Let us see some of the example for convex polygon. So there this is a trapezium, and in trapezium also we cannot see any entry point inside the cave, therefore we will call it as a convex polygon. And the interior angle is always should be less than 180 degree, then only we will call it as convex polygon. Next diagram, here also all the interior angles is less than 180 degree, therefore we will call it as a convex polygon. And this diagram also all interior angles are less than 180 degree, therefore we will call these angles as a convex polygon. Regular and irregular polygon. See, regular and irregular ಗೆ regular polygon ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Regular polygon is nothing but any diagram having the sides or the angles equal, all sides should be equal, a figure with a equiangular and a equilateral will called as a regular polygon. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಈ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೈಡ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಈಕ್ವಲ್. ಸೊ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂಡ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ನ ನಾವು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾಲಿಗನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Here I have taken a three-sided regular polygon, we call it as three-sided regular polygon. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಂಥ ಫಿಗರ್ ನಾವು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾಲಿಗನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. And here I have taken a square. In square, you know, it is all sides are equal and all angles are also equal, therefore this figure is also called as regular polygon. It may be any number of sides, so maybe 5 sides 6 sides ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೈಡ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, that should be of equal side and equiangular, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಫಿಗರ್ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ regular polygon anta kariತೀವಿ. And irregular polygon is nothing but a opposite of regular polygon. Let us see the diagram. I have taken a triangle here. In one side we got 90 degree and another side is less than 90 degree, and the sides are also not equal. So sides kuda equal agilla. Therefore this figure is called as a irregular polygon. One more diagram. I take a rectangle. Here you can see all angles are equal. All angles kuda equal ide, but all sides are not equal. Sides are equal illa. Therefore only the opposite sides are equal. Therefore this diagram is also called as irregular polygon. Next point is angle sum property. In your earlier classes, you have learned about a triangle. The angle sum property of a triangle, that means the sum of all interior angles of a triangle should be equal to 180 degree. That is called a angle sum property of a triangle. So here for triangle, the interior angle should be equal to 180 degree. Maybe a equilateral triangle or a isosceles scalene triangle, acute angle, obtuse angle, ಯಾವುದೋ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಅಂತ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ನ ಸಮ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ angles ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ we will get equal to 180 degree. That is called angle sum property of triangle. By the same way, with a four-sided figure, a quadrilateral figure ಅಂತೀವಿ. Here also, when we add, the sum of all interior angle should be equal to 360 degree. So for quadrilaterals, it's a four-sided figure. The sum of all interior angle should be equal to 360 degree. Then this is called the angle sum property of a quadrilateral. For example, how to check? You know already three-sided figure, that is triangle, is equal to 180 degree. If I draw a diagonal with two non-consecutive points, ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು continuous points ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ points ಅನ್ನು line draw ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ it turns to two triangles. So triangle 1 and triangle 2. So you can see two triangles, and one triangle is 180 degree and another triangle is also 180 degree. Therefore when you add these two triangles, that is I get 360 degree. The sum of interior angles of a quadrilateral will be equal to 360 degree, and this is called as an angle sum property. Here we have seen only a three-sided and four-sided. Let us see some more sides. In a triangle has three sides, and the sum of angle of all three sides should be equal to 180 degree. Here I can see a four-sided figure and a diagonal between them. So on the diagram draw ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ, I can see two triangles. So one triangle and two triangle. The sum of two triangles will be 2 into 180 degree. One triangle 180 degree ಗೊತ್ತು already. So ಎರಡು triangle ಇದ್ದಾಗ if you multiply 2 into 180, that will be 360 degree. Or you can see one more point, that is this is a four-sided figure. If I subtract 2, that will be 2. 4 minus 2 is 2 into 180. This also gives 360 degree. That means if number of sides minus 2 lines into multiplied by 180, that gives the sum angle sum property of a polygon. Here I can see five-sided figure, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And if I draw diagonals between them, I can see 1, 2, 3 triangles. That is, therefore I can multiply 3 into 180 degree. In one triangle, the angle sum property is 180 degree. So one triangle ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ angles add ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ 180 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಮೂರು triangles ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ we will add 3 into 180. Therefore the sum of all interior angle of a five-sided figure, that is pentagon, will be equal to 3 into 180 is equal to 540 degree. So by the same way, here this is a six-sided diagram. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. In six-sided diagram, we can have drawn three diagonals. So now more diagonals are drawn between them, 1, 2 and 3. And I can see 1, 2, 3 and 4. Four triangles. Therefore, if you multiply 4 into 180, that gives equal to 720 degree. Therefore, the angle sum property of hexagon, that is six-sided, is equal to 720 degree. The polygon having six sides, that is if you subtract 2, that is 6 minus 2 is nothing but 4, and when you multiply 4 into 180, you will get the sum 720. The angle sum property of a hexagon is 720 degree. So by the same way, the number of sides minus 2. The number of sides, if there is a side of 9 angles in nanogon, if you subtract 2, you get 7 and multiply with 180 degree. 7 into 180 is, so you get 1260 degree. Therefore, the angle sum property of a nanogon, there is 9-sided figure, subtract minus 2, you will get a 1260. Therefore, this is the angle sum property of nanogun. Sum of exterior angles of polygon. Here I am taking a triangle and I am extending the line to form an exterior angle. So I can see three exterior angles. So 1, 2 and 3. The sum of three exterior angle. You know the sum of three interior angles. Sum of three interior angles should be equal to 180 degree, and the sum of exterior angle should be equal to 360 degree. That will be equal to 360 degree. Not only in a triangle, because it is a quadrilateral. The square is also called as quadrilateral, and I'll extend the lines on all the sides. The sum of exterior angle, again that will be equal to 360 degree. So now ಯಾವುದೇ polygons ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಕೂಡ, ಎಷ್ಟು sided polygons ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಕೂಡ, the exterior angle sum will be always equal to 360 degree ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So angles 360 degree ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So here that will be 90 degree, ಇದು 90 degree, ಇದು 90 degree, ಇದು 90 degree. Add ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? 9 4s are 36, that is 360 degree. Therefore, not only for square, you can take any number of polygons. For example, here I have taken 5-sided figure, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the sum of all exterior angles, that is angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4 and angle 5. If you add, the sum will be equal to 360 degree. This is called the sum of exterior angles of a polygon. And one more diagram I am taking a hexagon, and here also the exterior angles are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 side. The sum of all exterior angles of a hexagon will also be equal to 360 degree. You can take any number of polygon. The exterior angles of the polygon will be one and only 360 degree. Here we have come to the end of introduction part. Let us see you in next video. Thank you.